Hello and welcome to a daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's day is Thursday, the 6th of November 2025, the year BSV comes alive. Branch your threads, expand your mind with TreeChat.ai or your post on chain. Well, let's see what we've got today. Obviously, just going to go through some posts on my feed because I do enjoy looking at them. Always worth discussing. Only a few on there today, which is good. So we should be able to whip through this. There's an article here by Cointelegraph saying Bitcoin slips below 100k as analyst says BTC is set to drop lower. Here's why. Now, I never bother reading any of these BS price chart analytics stuff, but I thought, you know what, I'll just see what they've got to say. Interesting to hear all the bullshit, really. And then we'll have a look at the figures. Looks like Gregcoin's $101,000 now. Figures. Could this be? Are we slipped down to fourth? Yeah, still fourth, but I think we're outside. I think we're in 80s in terms of market cap rankings right now. So, look at this. Bitcoin versus Gregcoin. We are winning. We are winning. Look at that. A green candle against Gregcoin. No way. That's fascinating. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's actually that's BSV going up against the US dollar. Oh, green candle against the big dog. No way. Can you believe it? What's going on? What's going on? There's candles there. Let's have a look at 24-hour low. 100,542. They didn't quite dip below 100. But watch the space. We'll see what happens. And then we'll finish with some 365 days of Bitcoin history. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, and transactions flying free. Just wait for the terror node, you'll surely see.
Here we go then. So I've just done an emoji here with a flame of fire and a stick of dynamite. And this was in response to George Davey. He says here, BSV needs to be $5,300 and doing 100,000 transactions per second, averaging 1 kilobyte per transaction. And the new minor fee, a minor fee of 100 sats per kilobyte. That way, it makes the same in fees as BTC at this price. Oof. So just $5,000 and 100,000 transactions per second. We will see what's in the pipeline. There we go, BSV fee economics. But again, even if it was making the same overall block subsidy, the number would still need to go up. Well, it's like anything. Number needs to go up, needs to have a positive economic response, but really interesting. So that would make the same as BTC. If it was $5,000, 5,100 subsidy with 100,000 transactions per second. Personally, I think that's extremely achievable. That's not much at all. Not at all. When you think that the big dog, Gregcoin, literally has to be $300,000 or $100,000 per coin, and all we need is 5,000 plus 100,000 transactions per second. Easy. And he was responding to Oka, who said, important BSV transaction fee change effective on November 15th, 2025. So that's just 9 days from now. So let's see what this is. Important BSV transaction fee change effect on November 15, 2025, Terranode. Dear users, we would like to inform you that the transaction fee on BSV's network will change to 100 sats per kilobyte. This change is scheduled to take effect on the 15th of November 2025 at 12 noon UTC. To ensure your transactions are processed smoothly on-chain after this change, please update your fee policy settings to 100 sats per byte by the deadline. Making this adjustment will help maintain comparability with the new fee requirements and prevent any processing issues. We appreciate your prompt attention to this matter and your continued cooperation. Should you have any questions or need assistance, please do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you for your continued support. Terranode Infrastructure Service Team. All right, so that's going to 100 sats per kilobyte. Wonder if that's going up or down. But yeah, quite an interesting thread, that one. Loving the BSV economics there. There we go. So check this out. This is really funny. Basil the Great said here, EU President Ursula von der Leyen told a crowd of protesters that they should be grateful for being in the EU, unlike in Russia, where you are arrested for protesting. At that very moment, a man was arrested for protesting. You couldn't make it up. Honestly, what an absolute piss take. That's the crowd. There we go. And there's a guy about to be protesting.
Jail in 2 minutes. Thanks God we have a democracy. Thanks God we have free speech. We can
Yeah, he doesn't sound happy at all. Can't blame him, really. I mean, imagine like somebody being woke and realizing what's going on. And then you got that witch delivering that speech there. Oof. Check this out, though. So this is literally just 3 hours ago from Elon Moist. He is on fire at the moment. He said the window for preparation is closing. What's coming next will not wait for you. So in other words, the train is about to leave the station. You either hop on board or you miss it for good, because it will wait for no one. This is literally like a steam train or freight train. There's no stopping this. No stopping it. And we know it. We've been seeing it. And we've also seen it. We know what's coming. Like, wow. So now we've had more, and Elon Musk constantly putting these posts out. There's something coming. There's something in the air. That's what it feels like to me. Check this out. Bev Turner said here, you couldn't make it up. On the revelation that Rachel Reeves is to introduce a pay-per-mile car tax in her upcoming budget. Oh my God, can you believe it? That's why all these automatic number plate recognition cameras are going up. Yeah, it's all about just tracking, tracing and all that. You know, Agenda 2030, you will own nothing and be happy. Well, I doubt we'll be happy, but there we go. But anyway, let's move on to this article here from Cointelegraph. So let's just stick with this bullshit for a little bit, see what crap they come up with. So they said a Gregcoin slips below 100k as analysts say a BTC is set to drop lower. Here's why. Right, let's have a listen to all this bullshit. Gregcoin price fell to a 4-month low below $100,000 as sellers overwhelmed buyers, and analysts speculated that dead bodies from the October 10th sell-off are beginning to surface. Key points: Gregcoin falls to 4-month low below $100,000 as sellers capitulate and spot BTC ETF outflows increase. And traders pinpoint the 88,000 to 95,000 range as potential bottom. Well, we know the bottom's nowhere near that. It's going to be much lower, like 0. So Gregcoin selling intensified on Tuesday as BTC abruptly fell to a 4-month lows of $100,800. While analysts across the space appear to be scratching their heads about the exact reason for the current selling, there is consensus that BTC price could slip lower, possibly bottoming around 95,000. Can you imagine being in this space and literally being this effing clueless? Not having a clue what is going on. Literally, you'd just be like looking at the charts every day. It's like treading on eggshells because you have no idea what's going on. Is it going up? Is it going down? And like literally, your biggest fear is that it goes down, and that's what's going to happen. You know, your biggest fears will come true. Popular trader Horse traded the following chart and suggested a bottom could be approaching $100,000 proves not to be a trap. Again, just talking absolute shite there. Absolute shite. He said, maybe you get a trap at this low, but if not, there are the levels I am looking forward to. There are levels I am looking forward to for Gregcoin. You want to see $100,000, get front ran, because big round numbers like that, if traded, get smoked on the return, just like on the way back up. So what they're saying with Gregcoin, what goes down must go up. Not necessarily, especially when you realize it doesn't do anything, so there's no reason to buy it. They said liquidation heat map data from HighBlock shows leveraged long positions at $100,000 are at risk of absorption, followed by relatively thin liquidity unit at 88,000. Thin liquidity until 88,000. But, it depends if the market notices something else, doesn't it, really? Have you noticed that Gregcoin doesn't do anything? Because if it's useless, it's worthless. If it's useful, it's valuable. Might they notice something that's actually valuable in the market? Maybe. But I think it's the big dogs that are getting out first because they know. It's the fraudsters that always get out first. And they're the ones holding the biggest bags because they're the ones that created the fraud. So on the other hand, crypto media personality and trader Scott Melker posted a cryptic tweet noting that Gregcoin has definitively lost the weekly 50 MA as support 4 times in history. And Meckler noted that every time BTC price lost this moving average, price went on to test the 200 MA, so that moving average. Meckler said the price is currently $700 above the 50-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is sitting around $55,000 and rising. Oof. $55,000 and rising. They're not going to be happy with that, are they? So I just missed that. Another prevailing theory making the rounds on X is that a range of professional and institutional level entries saw their portfolios crippled by the October 10th crypto market sell-off, which resulted in $20 billion in Gregcoin positions being liquidated and an even larger figure across the total market. Analysts like option trader Tony Stewart have suggested that these crippled funds are the source of Tuesday's overwhelming selling across big Gregcoin markets, and that while the entities remain unknown at the moment, there will by now be large firms that can see the blurred body image underwater. In the post, Stewart explains how to pinpoint which funds are under duress and what it could mean for Gregcoin price going forward. Again, absolute hot, all speculation and hot air. There is no substance in that article at all. None. What you really want to be doing is looking at the fundamental figures like we do. So let's have a look at this. We've got Gregcoin, $101,000, B crash under 500, Fisher price cash, who cares? But then we've got Bitcoin at just $22, holding its own and actually going up in comparison to Gregcoin and the other shitcoins. Hash rate 0.02, network nodes 0.00, transactions 44.25%, and block size 95%. So remember, in Bitcoin, block size and transactions are sanity, network nodes and hash rate are vanity, because you don't need network nodes or hash rate to process transactions if you haven't got any transactions. And the transactions are the ones just to simply upload the block size. So the most important one is the block size, the amount of data being uploaded. And uploaded by the transactions. The transactions are what carry with it the fee, which creates the block fee. So without block size and transactions, again, you don't really have a network. So really, the block size is the most important one. And look where that is on Bitcoin. Let's have a look at some of these blocks coming through. Double figures here. 32, 36, 22, 10, 10. 22, 19, 16, 23, 25, 16, 24. Again, there were some juicier blocks than that earlier, but that's the top 30 so far. Currently 44,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Gradecoin. Oh, mining Bitcoin at a 4.6% comparable loss. But that's all right. Bitcoiners just don't care. They're like, yeah, we're in this for the long term. Gradecoin hash rate 24 hours. Other miners, looks like they've got 6% on there. And 11% on Bcrash. Fisher Price Cash not bothered. And then CoinDot's not showing the figures for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, though, just 382,000 transactions over the last 24 hours. Let's have a look at the mining. Mining Dutch 33.55, Tal 19.74, Kuv 19.08, QD Link 11.1, SA100 9.2. All right. And on BitInfo charts, yep, look, we're in third place. So Gradecoin 448, Bitcoin 382. But as Elon Musk said, you've no idea what's coming. Let's just remind ourselves. There we go. The window for preparation is closing. What's coming next will not wait for you and no man. Woo! Amazing. Let's have a look at this. Bitcoin versus Gradecoin. Look, it's actually trending up. That's quite a strong green candle there, I have to say. Yeah, looking good over the last 4 days. Wow. Still climbing. Fascinating. And woof, showing a nice big green candle there on Orange Gateway. I don't remember seeing an orange candle that big against Gradecoin for a long time. I might even have to look at that. I was like, is that a historic green candle against Gradecoin here? Look at that, it went right the way up there. Amazing. Let's have a look and see what's doing USD wise. 24-hour high 23.74 and low 21.78. Nice solid green candle there. Nice solid green candle there. So Gradecoin 101, actually just overall charts. So would you believe it? 3,345,000,000 market cap. Gradecoin $101,000. And hit the floor there, bounced up a little bit, and then coming down again. Interesting. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Where are we? Are we in the 80s now? Oh, there we go. Number 88. Would you believe it? 88 and coming up to $23. 24-hour high, $22.99. That's where we're at. 24-hour high. Oh, look at that. Price just motoring there. Nice. Yeah, real good. Sea of red coming in though, so the price might be heading down. But volume, other exchanges catching on here. CoinDCX in the lead, followed by Huobi. Then CoinX, HiBit or HiBT. Then Gate.io, MEXC. Smaller exchanges starting to take market share of trade volume. Very interesting. Liquidity changing again. So Qcoin, CoinW, Zedixion, Bitmart, CoinDCX. Don't believe that one. MEXC, Huobi, HiBit. Yeah. All right. But look at that. Number 88. 88 in the market. We'll take that. Nice. Right, so on the 6th of November 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto wrote, "You will not find a solution to political problems in cryptography." Absolutely you won't. It's got nothing to do with cryptography. So in other words, it's not about the Bitcoin network. It's about the economic power that Bitcoin has got, because all legal and political influence stem from economic power. Those who know the truth know that. On the 6th of November 2014, the Bitcoin price was $348. 6th of November 2013 was when, so that should be above that. The Bitcoin Wizard refers to an ad for the R Bitcoin subreddit that featured a Microsoft Paint illustration of a wizard. Some have credited the ad with raising Bitcoin's value. The ticker Wizard commemorates this. A few months later, the picture was posted again in the R ad subreddit, and people think it pumped the Bitcoin price from $416 to $1,132 from November 6th to the 29th. Good grief. Good grief. Magic internet money, join us. That's funny. That is really funny because it's so crap. And that was 2013. 2013, and the price was $300. Wow. On the 6th of November 2023, so 10 years later from that, Coinbase announced they would be confiscating their clients' Bitcoin BSV holdings if they did not withdraw them on or before the 9th of January 2024. At 12 p.m. ET, look at that, upcoming changes to BSV capabilities. Effective Jan 9, 2024, Coinbase will no longer support Bitcoin SV. Outrageous, they know. Proved they're nefarious. 6th of November 2023, Coinbase warns that Bitcoin SV holders withdraw or be liquidated. Absolutely outrageous. Unforgivable is all I can say to that. But yeah, there we go. Right. That's a 21-minute show. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.